Well, lots of people who have never lost a job before suddenly are out of work these days.
Fox 4's Dan Godwin met a woman who's getting professional help as she returns to the job market.
Anyone who's suddenly out of work feels the financial pinch, but the newly jobless also learn about the emotional consequences.
It's just frightening. And it's frightening because you're hearing so much negative news. You hear more and more people are being laid off, and there's a feeling of, I don't know what to do next.
42-year-old Lockett Manley was laid off just before Christmas from her job as an escrow officer. She's a wife and the mother of a 10-year-old who used to share the expenses with her husband.
You know, we don't have one big income and then a small income. It's an equal partnership between the two of us.
Well, the way I like to look at this in this situation like with Lockett, is I want to look at what do we need to be doing immediately, what needs to happen short term and then longer term.
Susan Steinbrecher is a management consultant who's co-authored 2 books on leadership and business success, and she's lending her expertise to Lockett's job search.
Pull out a piece of paper and write down all the people that you know. Where is your circle of influence?
Susan says the most effective way to get a new job is usually through personal contacts and networking, so get the word out to everyone you know that you're in the job market. Professional organizations like local chambers of commerce can be filled with useful contacts, and Susan says you can also do some helpful networking at the website LinkedIn.com. Another source of potential contacts, the major job search websites like Monster.com and CareerBuilder.com. Lockett is also taking steps to immediately reduce her expenses. That means things like lowering the thermostat in the winter, cutting back on food costs by foregoing restaurants, using the backyard to grow some of the ingredients in family dinners. You might also contact your credit card company to inquire about a lower interest rate. Susan Steinbrecher says sometimes your gas or electricity provider will offer lower rates to financially squeezed customers. To try and generate some immediate income, Lockett is looking into freelance work in the real estate industry.
You have to immediately stop and take a deep breath.
And Lockett means that literally. Throughout this process, she's been learning the link between stress reduction and thinking clearly.
You know, proper rest, proper relaxation, proper diet, exercise, the endorphins that are created when you exercise, all of that helps.
Yes, I would be very interested in that. And certainly I'm looking.
While we were there, Lockett was able to establish a promising lead. She's also keeping in mind Susan's advice that being jobless for now is a chance to do some soul searching and identify long-term goals.
This is actually allowing you the opportunity to stop and think about, is this what I want to do for my career? Is this aligned with my values? And as scary as that is for people, at least that's the silver lining there.
In Farmers Branch, Dan Godwin on Good Day.
You can get more job hunting advice from Susan Steinbrecher coming Saturday afternoon. She's going to be signing books at the Borders on Lovers Lane in Greenville. That's Saturday from 2 until 4 o'clock. More information's on our website. Just go to myfoxdfw.com and click on Good Day. It is just about 7:40.